Hey everybody, it's Dustin again with the Webex Devices team. And today on this episode, we're going to talk about the new room booking feature that hopefully will be coming out before the end of this year. But I wanted to give you kind of a sneak peek to it, especially after doing a video on the room Navigator. This is a new feature that we're pretty excited about, and I kind of wanted to talk about its capabilities, as well as just do an actual quick early demo of it. So in my previous video, we showed you the Navigator, both the tablet and the wall version. In this video, I'm actually going to show you this feature, which will work on a Touch 10 as well. So the really cool thing about this feature is that you don't have to have a room Navigator to be able to do this, although the Navigator can bring some enhancements. I wanted to show you the feature using both devices. But let's talk, I guess, really about what is the room booking feature. Well, the idea behind this is that when you go into a room, you might want to know if the room is available or not. And the Navigator will kind of give you a neat way of showing you if the room is available, especially if you have one on the outside. But let's say that you do go by a conference room and you want to use that room. It's available now, but who's to say that when you walk in there, someone maybe couldn't book that room out from under you and reserve it, and then when they come in there and be like, I have this room reserved. Well, rather than pull out your phone and try to look up that room and reserve it, you can actually walk in there and do some ad hoc booking from the touch device itself. So whether it's a Navigator, Touch 10, I can go in there and actually hit a button to book the room, and it will allow me to book that room based off of the availability on the calendar of that room with Hybrid Calendar. So we already have this room set up. We can do the room booking today. We can do one button to push. What this is going to do is allow you to reserve that room real time with the calendar and see what is available or when it's going to be available. So I've got these two devices here. We're going to switch over my camera view. And I've got the Touch 10 and I've got the wall mount Navigator here. Now, this wall mount Navigator I've actually got turned on. You'll see that on my last video, it was just the device itself. I didn't have it plugged in. But the reason I wanted to show you this one here plugged in is if you can imagine this being on the outside wall. And there will also be a different version of this, or a different UI, to where you can have this on the outside where it doesn't have full controls. But for sake of this demo, I'm just kind of showing it as is right now. But if you imagine this being mounted outside the wall of a conference room, if I'm looking down that hall, I can very easily visually see this LED bar down here showing that this is green and available. So this will be available to show the availability of the room. And when we do our booking here in a second, it will actually show you that it'll instantly go red, showing you that that room is booked. So a very quick, easy visual with this device to be able to tell if the room is available or not. So now let's talk about going into that room. So I see that this room is currently available, and I walk in there and I see that right now here locally we're at 12:25 p.m. And I want to book this room for a little bit. I'd love to have an hour meeting, and I can hit the book room button here and get this, but I'm actually just going to first go to the room calendar here. So when I click on this, you'll see here that, well, I see that this room has been reserved for a team huddle meeting from 1 to 1:30 p.m. by actually me. So I can't really have this room for more than 35 minutes right now. And there's no more meetings set for the day on this one. So, but I do know that this room is available for at least for the next 35 minutes. So I can go up here and book this room. And you'll notice that right now I have 15-minute increments, and I'm only seeing two options here. I can book this room until 1300 or 1 o'clock for the next 34 minutes now. And the reason why is because the next meeting starts at 1300. So I'm actually just going to, for sake of argument here, book this until 12:45 because I'm going to show you another feature. And I'm going to go ahead and hit book. And this is going to go through the hybrid calendar service, check book this room. And then what you'll notice is immediately over here on my other device, you'll see the Navigator went red, letting me know that this room is currently booked. And if I look at my room calendar now, you'll see that I have an ad hoc meeting as well as the team huddle meeting. And this room is reserved. And this is actually going to show up in the room's calendar. Now, we just got our acceptance from this. And so one thing you'll notice here is that we still have a 15-minute gap here that's available. So if I am in here and I'm doing this meeting and I thought, well, you know what, I thought we'd be done in the amount of time that we had, I'm going to need some more time. I'll have the option to extend this meeting by 15-minute increments up until the next meeting that's available. So in this particular instance, I'm going to go ahead and add 15 minutes to this. And then now you'll see that this room is reserved until 1 p.m. I'm grayed out here. I can't add any more time because I have another meeting coming up at 1 o'clock. And we're staying red here because this is still booked. And if I look here, you'll see now that the room is still reserved, 12:26 to 1, and the team huddle meeting is starting at 1 p.m. Same thing on my device here. I'm going to get the exact same information. Now, one thing we're going to do differently here is I'm going to hide myself, and I'm going to give you a view of the Webex board behind me. Now, this board is, when you walk into, actually, we'll show me first. So when you walk into a conference room, especially today, and with the pandemic going on, there may be some reluctance or people that don't want to actually touch the actual devices in the room itself. And so one of the really cool things about this feature is that you can leverage the Webex Assistant to do the same thing that I just did here on the touch device. So I'm actually going to do this live real time. I'm going to switch over to a different view of the board so you can see this a little bit better. And so again, I'm going to get rid of myself here. And so I'm going to invoke Webex Assistant, and I'm going to try to book this room. Now, full disclosure, I've got this room booked already, so it's not going to let me, but I'm going to show you the exact same sequence and show you how this would react if the room wasn't available. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, Webex, book this room for 30 minutes. Oops, sorry. Okay, Webex, book this room for 30 minutes.
This room is already booked from 12:26 p.m. to 1 p.m.
So you see there, dismiss. So you'll see on the board that it said that this room was already booked, so it was aware. It actually brought up the calendar. It showed you that the room had the team ad-hoc meeting as well as the team huddle meeting coming afterwards. But if the room was available, it would have booked that room for you. It would have confirmed, and you'd have been able to have that room booked. So pretty straightforward, pretty simple. It's a great feature. I hope that you guys are as excited about it as we are from a building perspective. But if you have any questions on this, please comment below, and stay tuned, and we'll do a few more cool, neat features that are coming up in some videos soon. So thanks, and we'll see you next time.